and she's gonna listen by phone because she couldn't be here today. So I guess we start,
What was her name?
Christina McCulley.
I'm here, but I just muted y'all.
So I guess we'll start with an opening prayer and the pledge.
Will you please stand, go with him? Most gracious Father, we are truly grateful that you allowed a few of us to come and handle the affairs of the town. We thank you for each person that will participate, and we will have a clean, clear meeting. In the mighty name of Jesus, we pray. Thank you.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I want to first of all thank everybody for coming to our first inaugural meeting for the Telford Hotel. If you want to start at the end, everybody introduce yourselves to the ones who do not know each other.
Hi, I'm Dee Coker.
Willie, you there?
Michael Ogburn.
Nicole Williams.
Gretchen Hushman. Rhonda Johnson.
Keegan Jones.
Lee Garner, town manager.
Mick Shea, videographer.
Robert Gamsby, concerned citizen.
Councilman Gamsby.
Okay. Robert is also one of our council members. And on the phone, we have Christina McCulley.
Hey, I'm Christina McCulley.
Okay.
Okay, I guess to start with, we all know, that we are trying to work out, we had to form a committee first of all, about the Telford Hotel for all of us who are interested in trying to figure out a way for the town to be able to acquire the Telford and do whatever renovations or whatever that we need to be done without using the city funds. So I think first we need to go ahead and try to get some officers together. I am the chair, but we do need a co-chair. We will need a secretary and an assistant secretary. We would need a financial secretary and an assistant for that also. So, if there's anybody who wants to volunteer for any of the positions,
I'm more of a hands-on type. So I just do things. But, you know, I've been in position of secretary and things before, but I'd rather be hands-on.
I do have a question. So what does the schedule of the committee look like?
our schedule, like as far as meetings,
Yeah, meetings are.
that would be something we would all have to come with and agree on. Right now, it's no set days, no set times. We're gonna have to figure out what days work best for the majority of the committee. And we'll go from there.
If I may, Tuesdays and Thursdays are a no-go for me. I'm already otherwise obligated.
Okay.
Nikki, come over your hand. So you said you need a financial secretary and just a secretary or what that keeps,
We keep the minutes.
and that's definitely not me.
Nicole, I would volunteer to be the traditional secretary.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind being financial, I would prefer to be the assistant.
Which is
The assistant secretary, not the assistant financial, but the assistant secretary, to
keep minutes and whatnot.
All right, be faithful, you said you would volunteer to be the secretary.
Correct.
I volunteer to do this assistant.
And Gretchen said assistant.
Yes, please.
Just a secretary.
Yes.
And Freddie, you said you would be the assistant financial. Which means we still gotta have hint, Christina, financial secretary.
I honestly cannot commit to anything else, already with the chamber and work and everything, I can't be a board person right now. I can sit on here and help y'all, but I can't commit to like
Being
an
an
officer.
officer, okay. Mr. Jones,
Well, at this moment, I can't commit as well.
oh, we gotta have somebody, and it can't be me.
Well, you may not get everything in the first meeting too, because you're regular meeting. You might have to have another organizational meeting. This-
Oh, yeah,
this is
you
gonna be
do have a couple of
working
people that's
committee,
not
for
here.
sure.
So Ray, why you just can't do the,
So Freddie, is
I
that
just want more
assistant, Freddie
information.
is the
Like,
assistant?
I think, this is our beginning talks. I want
right,
to figure out,
What we have to do.
I have a lot of
what you
questions.
put, Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just trying to figure out what the game plan is.
Right, okay.
And then go.
So, some of you all was able to get an email, some of you, had a copy of the packets, part of the packets from before. But the whole vision is to be able to acquire and purchase in, the Telford. We know how vitally important the Telford is for our community. And that's basically what the goal is. It's not for me to sit there and say, this is what we're gonna do, this and the other. But this is just, suggestions, if you may.
And you want the financial to come through the economic development, correct?
Some of it can come from economic development, from Jasper, but some of it will be through fundraising, donations. If you look through the back of the packet, I have different letters, to submit to different organizations. Some are church organizations, some are, just community, civic groups, religious groups, just templates and stuff for different businesses to support, to ask them for support and donations. On one of the sheets, I got a whole breakdown, like how to do with the budget, this, that, and the
I
other.
see it right here.
With the grant applications.
So on the historic preservation for the exterior, you want $750,000, right? Is that $750,000, is that what you could get from the historical system?
Well, they have different grants there's several different grants from the different historical, state and national historical preservation. Some are from private historical, historical boards that we give money to. This is not like anything written in blood, but this is the
Is that
ideal.
building on the historical registry?
It is.
It is.
Mhm. I do know,
Yeah, it's
from the
one of
first
the
tour,
only-
go ahead, Clarence.
Yeah, it's one of the only, hotels out of like 9, what it was, 10 or.
There's about 10 or 11 of them, but that's the only one that's still
It was
standing.
2 bowling alleys.
Be on the historic register.
It was. White Springs was the first tourist spot in the state of Florida, period.
So your overall investment, you're thinking it's around 3.15 million.
Yeah,
So
I think that's a ballpark guess. I mean, nobody's come in and did an estimate, nobody's come in and do anything. I mean, that's.
right now, 'cause we still gotta get, surveys done, we still have to get, it's a lot of things that's got to be done farther down the line. But right now, we're just coming together collectively, looking over this, seeing what we can add to it, what you would like to take out of it. Any other ideas, because this is just the stuff I've been thinking about and working on, but it's not just me, it's gonna take all of us and, to make this work.
So I think what we really need to focus on now is what the economic development has to offer.
Mhm.
And then what we could possibly get from historical grants.
Right.
'Cause I don't think private donations are really gonna go anywhere towards $3 million.
Probably not that much, but if you look on, there are several larger foundations that I wanted to reach out to. I just couldn't do it until we got organized and had a committee. Any of the letters that we send out as this committee has to be, the
Right.
town council has to go over them also. Because it is part of representing the town also. But I did have, one that I had started writing is not as informative as I needed to be. On this one, my goal was just at $2 million. But it has, like, for the different, private and companies, because, Nutrien gives out money.
Right.
Duke Energy gives out money. We've had several famous people a lot of famous people who've actually stayed at Telford. You have the different presidents. You have President Coolidge, you have President Taft, you have President Roosevelt that stayed there. You had, Mr. Ripley, that's famous for Ripley's, believe it or not. He stayed there. Henry Ford, Dorothy Dix, which was, an author back in 1900. It has a rich history, and these are some of the same foundations that I want to reach out to, also to ask for, donations. On this copy, on this tier, with the, it has the sponsorship and naming opportunities, which shows, anywhere from $1 up to $5,000. The different donations, the different levels and tiers. Friends of the Telford, the Preservation Patron, the Suite and Room Sponsor, the Architectural Benefactor, the Heritage Founder, but each one of them comes with, different tiers amount. And then each one of them have, like, the incentives and recognitions that you get for that.
Excuse me, you said you had started, writing, but you weren't where you wanted to be as far as in your request letters, is that what you were saying?
But these are just
What
like,
clarification I'm asking,
no,
come back.
these just like samples.
Okay.
Just like a sample letter.
We haven't worked on that anyway yet.
Yeah, it's just, because everything that we do has got to be done collectively as a
Right.
group. And then it still has to go through by the council for the council to approve the letters and,
I got
things of that nature. But yeah, these are just like samples, ideas, however, you want to say it. But this is what I put together so far.
Okay.
I have a question. I read and like, there are things get going like, the town is not financially responsible, but they'll be operating in the school. So will the people that are actually working there, will it be city employees?
No, we'll have a different, the idea is to have a different entity running the day-to-day operations.
But how
But
can
they
it
will
be the
report
city? But the
back.
city can't be a different entity if it's still the city.
If it's in the city.
We-
Well, we will be the steward of the building, but we won't handle the daily operations of the Telford.
Okay, well, but that'll have to be worked out.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
It's a lot of stuff that got to be worked out,
That's the
but
first thing that you need to work out.
that we do have like one group, I don't know if the Historical Preservation Society wants to kind of end with it, but White Springs Hope and Heritage is going to be one of the groups that will, help us along the way too.
Who currently serves on the historical?
I'm not quite sure. Everything I've done with historical preservation has been done through Sharon Shea.
Well, I know,
So she's the
Johnny,
most active
I
one. I know it's other
Johnny,
people on the
yeah.
board,
But
but
there's some,
she's the
you
one
can call
that.
Johnny, I'll call Johnny.
Mhm.
So, I'll call Johnny.
Nicole, may I ask basic questions, please?
Mhm.
That you probably already provided. Is there an informal letter of intent that has gone to the owners of the Telford?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
I had, before the town can do anything, the requirement was, I had to form a committee.
Okay.
And that's what this meeting was about, to officially form the committee, so we can move forward from there.
Will be
See, but
faithful
I'm
as
still
a
torn,
tradition.
I'm still torn on is the city gonna be the owner operator, or is it gonna be,
Right.
the committee is gonna form a separate entity? Because if it hasn't been formed yet, then the city would be the owner of the building when all this happens. And I'm kind of concerned.
The building itself will be owned by the town, to keep it public. But
So the town would basically be like.
they'll be the steward, they'll own the building, but they won't operate the business. And that's where the committee and the other,
So will the city be involved in applying for grants?
yeah, the grants will be applied
By the city?
through the city, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying, I mean, not by an unformed committee.
No, the city will be involved in the grants, and we'll try to come up with some type of hybrid public-private partnership. You've heard the 3 Ps, you know, public-private partnership, so that because of the historic relevance and maintaining that, we want that to stay connected to the city somehow, but for operations and everything else, let's farm it out, and we don't know what it's gonna look like when it's finished,
Right.
but we gotta get started somewhere.
Yeah. No, like I said, the first is, that with the financing going, like I say, I'm hands-on. So if I take $200 or $300, I mean, out of my pocket, and I go cook and whatever my profits are, and I keep enough to keep that going, and I will do that. So first time, but then it would be just an initial, whatever I spent for the first time, is what I actually committed for. I mean, I'm just saying, I mean, it's a lot of stuff.
Well, and we don't know what type of operation it'll be, where it'll be a contractor, where it'll be somebody to come in and just lease it out to do, 2 years, something. You know, I guarantee you, a year from now, we'll be close to where we're right now.
Yeah.
Is there an official asking price that the seller has?
Yes.
Okay.
He said for the town out the door, 750. When I asked, I know, I was asked the other day about the taxes that he pays on it. And the taxes, he's paid, $6,000 a year for the taxes. He said he has top tier insurance and he pays $12,000 a year for the insurance. But he said that's like the max and it covers a heck of a lot. But he was trying to come over today, but he said he wasn't sure if he could make it.
And he's asking prices. He said
$750.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
So what's the first step?
Is form a committee and get it, organized somehow. I don't know where it's gonna be, under the IRS. It's gonna be some type of committee that you may not be fully tax exempt, but the donation, and again, this a lot got to be worked out. The first stage was get a committee going of 7 or 9 people, get your officers elected, and then sit down with attorney or some other attorney, and we could get some free attorney advice in here, and where you go from here.
That's the point of forming the committee. This is just like with my ideas.
Yeah.
You know, my thoughts, what the direction I was thinking, but you know, I don't know. I just know what I would like to see happen, which is why I asked different people from every walk of life to join the committee because I don't know everything. I just know what I want the ultimate goal to be.
How many, you said you had 10, 11 people?
It's 3 that's not here. Well, Christina's on the phone. Mr. Hayes isn't here, Ashley isn't here. And I think that was it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, Christina's on the phone, 8, and then we have Ashley and Mr. Hayes. Okay.
You said that was a minimum of 7, but probably 9, so, because you got to have that odd.
Right.
Odd number.
And 1 is an alternate, just in case. So, that's-
Just to throw something in there, I remember working at the Telford, on the 3rd floor, we were refinishing the floors up on the 3rd floor. That was back in.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice facility, a lot to be done.
And he's got a lot that he's doing to it now, like fixing the things that messed up from a bathroom leak. He said, you know, when we meet again, we come up with a date where the council and the committee can go do a walkthrough again. Mr. Gardner and I, we've already gone through, and Gretchen, we've gone through, me and Gretchen took like forever, so many pictures. But it's like so many possibilities that can be done with that building.
So,
But the main thing that I wanted to do was to not let it go to a private person, because we lost out with South Hamilton, which was a major part of White Springs history also. It is so much we could have been doing with South Hamilton, and the city didn't want it at the time when it was going to be given to, not even sold us, but given to us.
Office buildings and so on.
Yeah, it could have been office buildings, you had the auditorium, the cafeteria, the gym, the football field, and we lost out. And I don't want it to fall like that with the Telford. Because the Telford is like the last piece of real history that this town has. It's the only hotel that is still standing that survived the fire of 1911. So I just feel like it is just important for us to have it and keep it where it would be accessible to the public.
Yes.
so what would be today's action items?
Today's action items, we basically did, ideas, coming up with some dates that we can meet, some dates that would be good for, the council members and the committee to be able to do a walkthrough. So you will be able to see, you know, what's going on in the Telford. I know he has just had the electricity, upgraded. He just had the fire, sprinkler system. He just had a new system and plumbing put in. So it's a brand new, sprinkler system. It's just like a lot of stuff he's doing in there.
I have a question. I know some pretty good donors. I went to work for a company in 2019, and I left in 2021. And they switched insurance companies in 2021. And I'm still getting paid by the same insurance company that they switched from until I'm 65 for long-term disability. Plus I'm getting Social Security disability. So that's a blessing that keeping me afloat. And they're good people. And I know another company that I could go to, I used to work for, that I could do. But the thing about it is, it has to be something specific. If I go asking for a donation, it has to be a specific project of what the money is for.
Right, and
It can't just be, I mean, well, we're just getting started, we need to start up money.
right, so that's, you know, that's some of the things that we have to come together as a group and put together. So it's like, it's a group effort, this is just my ideas, that's one reason I needed my financial brain here too, because he knows finances. All of you know different things that I may not know. I might forget something that you all might think about. So it's like,
Well, I think
the whole purpose of the committee is just for us to work together to set our goals and reach them. start working
I would
on
like somebody from the economic development to come down, so we can learn more insight on that.
Mhm.
Cause I do know they spent a lot of money buying the old buildings in downtown Jasper. I don't know what the plan was for that, but, I mean, there's money there. I don't know how much money is there.
But it's on there.
There's a lot of money there, but one of the things is ownership of the building. See, what they have sold has been owned by the county. Somehow they worked a deal where the county bought them, and the development authority now turns around and sells them on behalf or rents them or leases them.
Wow.
And this is one of the big problems we've got here, that we may run into, but we hope we can find a way, when we get it all collectively, how we can do it without having to go ahead and buy the building up front and because there's a lot of red tape with economic development. I mean, the county, wherever you go. But I think, our attorney has looked and thought about this some, we've talked with some people at Florida League cities and some other cities who've done some of this. There's a lot of ideas, but it's just gonna take a lot of coordination to get it done. To do it so that the town of White Springs don't wind up down here with a bill for $2 million that we ain't got.
And he's willing to give, when we spoke with him before, when we did the tour, he's going to give us the time to figure out the financing, because he knows we're not using any city funds, not relying on anything from the town to fund this.
And that's
He's
something.
giving us time to, to apply for the different grants and all of this. He just said he wants to be kept informed. He was gonna try to come today, but I guess he couldn't make it.
I'll tell you
He's
one
willing to
thing.
work with us.
One thing that, as you go out here and talk about this, one of the first things we throw in your face, well, how in the hell can the city or town buy this? They can't pay bills now yet, you'll hear them say. And we got to find out what that catchphrase is. The city is not buying, I mean, we're working a deal to purchase it, not use city and public money, or our White Springs public money. We've got a little bit of money, but we ain't got enough to go out here and buy this building.
Which is why.
And we don't have a big industry and everything right here in town, there's city limits that we could piggyback off of and have,
PCS.
Nutrient?
usually, now, if they were the city limits, there would be a good public-private partnership that you could really work. And same way, if we get some of our power from Duke, but we don't get a lot. And Swanee River, is a co-op, they're not into the economic, but Duke is, like, when I was in Chattahoochee, we had Duke and we got money from Duke for all kinds of things, because we were one of their customers over the Panhandle. But there's a lot of work to do, it's worth it, but it's gonna take a lot of effort. And I'm sure there's gonna be some hair pulling before it's all said and done. There's gonna be some people get mad before it's all said and done, but I hope it works out.
And speaking, like, when I spoke with the lady at Nutrien, they have, they have little forms that you fill out and you tell them what you need, how it's gonna be spent, what it's gonna be used for, which is pretty much like what this tier sheet will be. I have family that works for Coca-Cola, and once we get this cut together and figure out what we wanna put in the letters, the different tiers, and what kind of donation we're gonna ask them for, then he'll submit it into, the people there.
Well, that's what Be Faithful will come in
But yeah, that's just.
There's a lot of connection, and there's a lot of, big sports foundations and out there that gives us things like this. And we see we get organized and going, we could go to the legislature and once we find out how it's gonna be named at the end of it, we come to that. We go to the legislature and say, hey, there's always, without the town owning actually having it in the title and then naming it, there are ways to go around some of the rules and regulations for the grants. But who knows what grants are gonna be 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 3 years from now? And the governor, all he's gotta do is that veto pen and we ain't got nothing.
Is there a specific timeline that you're working toward?
Well, that was something that we would discuss as a group, because I don't want everything to come from, what Nikki said. But, you know, that's why I put my ideas on paper so everybody can see
Nikki can suggest.
what it is.
No one
but-
else is suggesting anything, and the group is here, the majority of the group is here, and you make a suggestion, and going forward, and we, as the group, the majority of the group that is here, in person, make a decision. I don't see any of us who are here and present having a problem with that.
Well, that's what I hope we do.
It would be a cash purchase, mortgage, no down payment and paid. So I've seen people buy property and rent them out for double for what they're paying, and now they got an income and the property is being paid for. So we could do something like that and make a profit and pay for the building and still have funds left over. Is that'd be one of the things that we're looking for? I mean, that's, like I'm saying, as far as hands-on, if you're not making money, you can't pay money.
Correct.
That's correct.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know that building's worth $750,000. I mean, the owner is willing to help us out, but we would have to look at it and make.
Well,
sure
it's gonna have to
if
have
it's
a
worth
appraisal.
$750,000.
That was one of my other questions, have
Well,
a
you
property
still have to get an
appraiser, have
appraisal,
a property
you still have
appraiser
to
actually look at
have,
it.
I know we still have to get an appraisal,
No,
we
we
still have to have inspectors to come through, you have to have an engineer to come through.
But it takes funds for all that too, so.
So,
I mean, so maybe at some point, if it gets going, that price could be negotiable, I guess, but that's something we would have to determine when we walk through it.
mhm.
I think that's a very steep
Yeah,
price.
That'd be
I
the
think
place to
that-
start is inspections
Yeah.
and appraisals.
Yeah,
And
but it needs to be,
having the engineers come look at it to see if it's even worth
That,
proceeding beyond
Right.
this point.
and, I do have this one engineer that specializes in historical buildings. And she's dying to come, she's ready to go look at it and to do her little, what she does, but we're trying to do it all at like one day, so Mr. Dick doesn't have to keep coming over here. Because he has other businesses and stuff that he's running, and he's not here a lot of the times, he's in Georgia. So, when we come up with the date that we want to go do the walkthrough and to go look collectively as a group, I will have the engineer to come out that same day. And we will start with her.
Yeah, I think, okay, so are we gonna have fundraisers to, acquire funds to pay these people to come out, or is it coming from the city, or who's gonna pay the engineers and people?
We're gonna do fundraisers.
Okay.
We're gonna do fundraisers, because the whole purpose is to try to get all of this done without using the city funds. Some of the things,
Somebody has to pay for it.
some of the stuff, yeah, we're gonna have to get some things for the city, but
Is
not.
the city gonna be agreeable?
I think it's gonna be, depends on what the cost is. And what they're gonna do.
Okay, we're for some administration and, you copying
Some of the
and
things
stuff
we
like
do.
that, but, you got 6,000 to 7,000 for a surveyor to come in, an engineer, an architect, so, got to be somewhere else.
Well, can I ask this question? Because I understand, you gotta crawl before you walk. So how do you address a conversation when someone's asking of something as simple as the status of the community center that's in West Springs?
I have not even been.
What?
The community center.
Community, I've asked 2 different appropriations from the state when Senator Simon and Shofree was in Jasper, I put in, got over $600,000 asked for to renovate the community center and all that. Now, where we get $1 or where we get any at all, I don't know until after the governor gets through with we'll see where, they've all got been assigned bill numbers or project numbers, but we won't know until after the Senate and the legislature's over what they've approved, and then the governor, of course, you know, he has his veto bit. If he vetoes, it's gone, I mean, there's no question. So we won't know that until next spring, oh, this spring, excuse me. We're already 26.
So you were saying the county commission did a joint effort with the economic development.
Oh, every all these buildings is all part of the county and economic development.
But they're two separate entities.
But the economic development is an arm of the county.
Wow.
And they bought them with the understanding that they would resell them?
And they already pre-planned just as much as they can. Some they just buy them and keep them for future development. They've had 2 or 3 in the last, since I've been here, that they've already planned and got buildings and restaurants and
Right.
hotels and stuff ready to go in.
You spend all the money in jail, we get it.
And that, you know, that 1% tax that y'all voted on last year, year before last, was gonna be for, public safety, fire, and so could, other money could be used other things in the county. The legislature said no on that, so you're not gonna get that.
Do you know who's on that board? Did you say Scott Gay is on the board?
Who?
Yeah,
Scott Gay and
Scott
the
Gay,
gentleman
and
that
Brett
lives
is the
across the
attorney.
Red is the attorney, Scott's on it,
Yeah.
oh gosh.
What's the older gentleman from Jennings, I don't know.
Christina, who's all on the Economic Development Board?
Mr. Klepper, Scott Gay, Chuck Burnett, David Ellert. There's another lady, I cannot think of her name, and Megan Carter is on there. There's a new lady they just appointed, I cannot think of her name.
Yeah, she was there last week, yeah.
Did y'all hear me or was I muted?
We heard you. We heard you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you have anything you wanted to add to this, or?
So I think those people they all understand how important Telford is to White Springs. So I think that would be one of our first game plans, is to figure out what they would offer us as far as.
I think, yeah, that's what I would say. You set an idea of how much you think you're gonna need, and then go to the county commissioners, go to the economical development, and then historic, and see what they offer, and then you know how much to divide it up, how much you need from personal donations, single donations, business donations, things like that.
Now, does anybody know, like the historical, it's on the historical registry. I
It
have
is.
no information on that. That's
It is
state
on the
funded?
historical registry.
That's state funded?
It's
Should
on the
be
national.
federal.
Somebody told me it's on the national, I hadn't seen it.
It should be
It's
on the
the
national
national.
list.
It is on the national.
It is a national.
It should be.
Is there a person of contact that you contact for this information?
No.
I have a copy of it.
You do? Could you present that to us at our next meeting?
HistoricWhitesprings.com has,
But do you have to be in ownership of the building in order to get information? Or do you just have to?
Tracy Woodard and some other people put it all together in '94, I think it was. And they got 88 buildings. They didn't own more than one.
Yeah.
But you have to get signatures from the property owners that they can be their property can be added. And so I think it was 88 properties, and then there were a bunch of other items of interest, like the scale behind the hardware store was an item of interest.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They use that one to weigh cotton.
Yeah, exactly. And there's pictures of it, and it's very cool.
Well, just for your, Nicole and I went to the last meeting of economic development and gave them the first 11 pages, pretty much you've got in that packet there, and explained to them, best we know, because we didn't know more then than we know now, right? We're trying, this is what we want to do. What can you do to help us? And he said, come back with that, you got organized. So, but if you know Scott and there's some rest of them you talk to,
And so we're in the
but ownership's
infant
the main thing, yeah, that's gonna be that's gonna be the nail that's gonna hurt us for how the ownership's going. Now, we could say the owner, city's gonna own it, lock, stock, and barrel, it'd be easy. But we were trying to do it because the city's gotten involved, not liable financially. Well, not involved, but not liable financially, you know. I'd hate to have, say, the 700 people who live in, White Springs, label, hit them up with a $3 million bill for a building like that. I mean, I know it's great, but good for, and probably 56% would probably stay okay. But, you know, if everybody would be liable for their portion. Don't we care, we deal with private public.
Nicole, another simplistic question. Is the objective of this committee to create a feasible plan for the council to approve to move forward? Or is it to flush out all the possibilities? And I think for me, it's just great in understanding, has it already been approved to move forward from the council? Or is it for this committee to create a plan to be approved to move forward?
They approved for us to move forward with trying to seek funding. But with the understanding that everything that we do have to go through the council. But we had to form the committee before we can, that was the first requirement, was forming the committee.
Okay.
So when we have council meeting on Tuesday, you know, I can say, hey, we have our formal committee and, you know, now we would like to go ahead and move forward with seeking the funding and applying for the grants and things of that nature. Because none of these letters and stuff, these even like the letters and things that I have, we can't send them out with the town's name on it until it's approved, you know, until we got the committee and it's approved, to go through the council.
Is it possible to obtain an official appraisal, not a property appraiser from the appraisal's office, but an official appraisal, to know what the market value of the property is officially? Or can we determine prior to Tuesday, to the meeting, what that amount would be? Either some partial donated services, to provide it, or just what a actual appraisal would cost to determine the actual value of the building as is?
And that'll be a Mr. Gardner question.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll be back in just a moment. Yeah, oh, okay.
I can reach out and get a price on some appraisers that I work with. Normally it's around about $600 to $650 for residential appraiser. I don't know with a structure like that, if the ones that I work with do that. I can reach out and find out some quotes.
Okay.
Would they be willing to donate those?
I'm not for sure. I mean, I work with all of these.
So it's not, can you do
I don't know if we have any appraisers in this county. All the ones that I work with are usually, they come from like Swanee County, you know, Lake City. I don't know if we actually have an appraiser here that lives here in this county.
I know I had spoken with one of my friends in Jacksonville, who had some appraisals working for her, and her
And
company.
that might, yeah, that might be better. I'm not sure mine deal with this kind of structure.
Right, she had one and he was getting ready to be it was something he had to go take to get an extra certification to be able to, because at the moment he was doing residential. But it was something he was getting ready to go do where he would be able to do, this for the town. And he said if he can go ahead and get it done and get it finished, he would donate, you know, he would do it as, I guess, a gift or, I guess gift wouldn't be the word, he would do it, with no charge for us. But he had to go get certified in that particular area.
The current owner, how long has he owned it?
Well, Mr. Nick has had it for quite a while.
Yeah.
I know it's been over 20 years.
He's had an appraisal sitting around there. He would.
I don't know, he told me today on the phone, earlier this afternoon, that he has some more paperwork and some more things that he's going to bring to give me. I don't know if he has an updated appraisal since he just had the insurance redone or, you know.
Yeah.
So he might have it through the insurance company because he has a business insurance, you know. And so he might have that on deck. Because I know he had like the pictures, a lot of pictures and stuff we need to do to start working on the brochure, to complete this entire packet thing.
So in other words, we need to do some fundraising so we can get some people in here first.
Number one. Yeah, basically.
I mean, that's the first priority is, if you don't have funds to do anything, you're not gonna get anything done. That's first.
Okay, so what are y'all's suggestions?
Who was it that was, the White Springs Library was donated by PCS, right? And Trina, I think on
What's
PCS.
the address on Bridge Street? What's the address in Telford?
Ooh, Jesus.
I had it pulled up.
Another question, like, if I do some personal fundraising, do I do it under, because I don't see the Friends of Telford, y'all, the Friends of Telford is not on there. So I do it under Channel,
It's
do I do it under Channel White Springs? if I'm doing it?
16521 River Street.
When we
Well,
say, I
Mr.
mean,
Gardner
it's in
come out,
Channel
I
White
asked
Springs,
him
it's
how
under
should we move forward as far as
definition.
doing that.
So if I do fundraising, I do it under Channel White Springs, which is on the letterhead. Or are we gonna get something called the Friends of Telford?
I
And
think
then what
that
they-
would be what we would
We do like
probably
a
need.
tax-free or whatever, come up with a, you know, the government plan or whatever, blah, 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 all that stuff.
Well, I think we should start local first. Exhaust those options, like with Nutrien. Who was it?
No, what he was saying is
Yeah.
to start doing fundraising or whatever.
What would go under?
What was the guy's name? Was it Mike Williams that was over?
It used to be, yeah,
He's
but right
retired
now
now,
it's
right?
Rachel oh gosh.
Rachel Garland?
Rachel Garland.
Okay.
No, just.
See what I'm saying, I mean,
But she told me once
but
we
if
get
you put it
everything
for grants,
together,
it's
to
gonna be on the
submit
Channel White
it
Springs.
to them. So, you know, if they built the library, they might can give us a substantial amount for
Right.
this.
So Nikki, what do you guys think about, fine tuning this into a proposal? And the possibility of having that proposal, one, be finalized to condense this from theoretical to this is what we are hoping to accomplish. Attaching that appraisal to show the value of the property, how you intend to, secure ongoing revenue from the property. Attaching the level sheet, I mean, making it an official proposal and not that they're sent out from multiple, you know, from different ones of us handling it, but that the official list of prospective donors be, created, secured, and the letters officially, or the proposals officially sent out with a,
Lycra,
There's LIRS.
RAS.
Yeah, this is the assessed value. Which I know it's typically lower than what it's actually worth, but it's 261, 581. This way. It was. That's his personal, it's 16521 River Street.
It's
River Street,
one
not Bridge.
individually on the historic national registry, register.
But
That's
to send out the,
the-
an official,
District. It's, that encompasses.
official letters, with a date that you would like a response by. So you're
Right.
collecting all of it, and it just stays uniform, and there were some target dates and some assignments for each of us to work on and bring back some information, opposed to it just being scattered all over.
Right.
Now, do you
So-
know, with the White Springs Historical, have they offered donations or money?
I don't think there's,
There's not money in that?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
It's coming out of my pocket.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
Nick said no.
Chairman.
I thought it was called the state registry,
What,
The
Well,
the
the
historic
Sharon
registry, I don't know what Tracy did to pay for that back in the 90s. My wife restarted the White Springs Historic Preservation Society, kept the name because it was easier from a 401c, a 501c. And, but there's no money coming in, and so we don't like to have a lot of money going out. I pay for a website, and I just don't even mention it. And actually, I have two.
Everything she's
So
done,
there
she's written
really,
grants.
so there is no historical funding.
There is historical funding through the state, there is no
Yeah.
historical funding per se for the town of White Springs.
Yeah.
So there's historical funding, it's not
I thought it was
immediate.
all one entity.
No.
Yeah, no. She did write some grants and raised the money to pay for for 3 of the murals, not the 4th.
yeah. And then she got grants to replace the signs.
And replace all of the signs.
in certain properties.
That was another grant, yeah.
Right, didn't have, yeah, she got grants for specific properties.
Before we go too far, I think we should actually concentrate on trying to finalize a committee to go forward. Because as of right now, we can't make a motion, we can't do anything because we don't actually have an official committee. So the first thing to do is establish the committee, and we'll go from there. If we can't do that today, then
We need to go ahead.
$250,000 to work.
So have you reached out to Tracy Woodard, is she interested?
She
has
had
a lot
a
of
lot
followers.
going on right now, so she was not interested in. She may change her mind later, but at the moment, she was not interested, so had to move forward and go, just move forward without her. But I guess, Mr. Gardner, Mr. Yuta had a question about starting with fundraisers and how would you,
We cannot give any letters of exemption yet to your, and we don't know where it's gonna be under the name of the city or under the name of your committee. That's one of the things that get organized and see how fast we can get an IRS designation where it's a 4 or 6 or what it might be then.
would that be something that I would need to ask Leslie about?
But none of us can give we could, if there's somebody donated to the town and to be given, but then later on, we could use the tax number and keep it in a separate.
In a restricted account or something?
If we like that, but we can't give them, tax exempt, letters for it, like a lot of people will give $10,000, they want tax exemption right off for it.
But you could secure commitment letters,
We
which
could,
don't
we
exchange
could
funds
get,
now, they just commit to the committed amount to the project, which would be good anyhow, because some of the grants could have matching requirements.
Yeah, you
So-
go have some.
Have you talked to someone in the county commission? Cause that money is separate from the economic.
We have not been to the county commissioners yet.
I think they have a
The
bigger.
economic,
a bigger budget.
after I presented it at the council meeting last month, that's when Scott invited me and Mr. Gardner to come before the Economic Development Board and to let them know what we're trying to work on. And we're supposed to go back once we form the committee and, get everything together. And we'll go back collectively, as a group and approach them. And same thing with the county commissioners. So,
But just say all of this went through and we were awarded that hotel. There's gonna have to be some kind of reserve put aside because.
Yeah.
but like
Ideally,
this,
you would
all of the
like.
rumors that we have been hearing about, it's gonna take X amount to get this Telford up, a lot of that is not true. When we walked in, it's got some things that has to be fixed, which is what Mr. Nick is working on now. But I know when we were there, a particular guy was like, it's gonna take over $7 million to do this, that, and the other, but it wasn't as bad as, when I walked in, I was expecting to see just
Wrong.
yeah, but that wasn't the case. There are some rooms that do need to be worked on, but I think the majority of the damage came from the bathroom leak on the third floor, he said.
Yeah, second floor damage, and the one wing was because of the bathroom leak from the third floor.
Right.
And then there's some water damage in the front room where they took the double-decker porch down, and they didn't put any awnings or anything. If you're looking at the hotel, it's to the right-hand side, there's that one front room, the water's funneling into that room. And to there, how extensive it is, we don't know, because we haven't been underneath it. But it was just centralized to that one area, but I've heard rumors that one whole wall was supposedly detached from the entire building. And when we went in there, we didn't see any of that. And it's just, every time somebody says something about it, it's, the dollar amount gets larger about how much the repairs are and how damaged it is. And I'm like, but were you in there recently? And they're like, no. And I'm like, then you can't make a comment on it because some of us have been in there
All of these
and
years.
we've been in there. Yes, there's work, but there's, overall, I think what's still there is worth saving and has value, and it's not as bad as some of the rumors like 7 million or 4 million or 2 million even to get it repaired.
But I think we should have it professionally appraised to see
Definitely.
if it's even financially feasible.
Have an
Right.
engineer
To
come
move
in and look,
forward.
I think that's
inspections.
one of the things you need to do, and you need to find some way to get it paid for.
And those cost money though.
And Christine said she could come back with numbers. She could determine whether or not, how much it would cost for a commercial.
You said she's an
appraisal.
engineer, Christine?
She's not an engineer, she's a realtor, but she has.
Carol Chadwick, out of Lake City.
Yeah,
She's an engineer.
but the acquisition is one thing. The renovation and supplies, startup, staff, people are not gonna work for free. So, like I said, it takes a substantial reserve of money somewhere to even, after we get after we get the deal and get everything done, it doesn't just work from there by itself.
Right.
It's gonna take a lot of work to keep going.
We're gonna take a lot of cash to keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Which is part of their campaign. And why,
It's gonna take a lot of cash to get started. Period.
right.
That's the thing nobody's talking about right now.
Oh no, we know it's gonna take money, which is why,
But it's gonna take money before we even get started to get professional appraisers. You can't go to any corporation where somebody says it's worth this.
right.
without paperwork. You got to do things, man, you got to do everything right. We can't get started until we get that done.
Okay, so what would be the first thing y'all think we need to start working on? In fact, you were saying some,
Raise some cash to start, about the appraisal,
I mean, some
and
people
plan
could
everything
donate the service, but if Christine can come back with, this is how much, 2 or 3 different quotes for a commercial appraisal are, and then simultaneously, if you ask him when's the last time he had it appraised, and if it's recent and he's willing to provide you with a copy of it, that would be great. Appraisals, $650 to $1,000, that's, we should expect, that's how much it's gonna.
I just had a home inspection.
and then somebody's gonna have to come in and tell you how much
That was
it's
just
gonna
a
take to
full
repair it.
Because the appraisal does only that, it's telling you the value of it, and as Clarence is explaining, then the next part of that is an inspection, which is to determine the value of the repair cost. So those things are,
They don't generally, you have to get the right kind of inspection to make sure they're going underneath the house, because
Oh, yeah.
most of them don't go underneath the house and
Yeah.
look at the foundation, so that's a separate inspection, most likely as well, like, Alpha Foundations or something like that in Lake City, getting them to look at that and, or an engineer to make sure that it's structurally sound.
I think that should be the first step.
$3,000, $4,000,
That would be-
that's the ballpark, right? For some of these for the inspections,
they're awful,
yeah.
but it's, you're gonna have to.
They can be, I mean, especially with a structure that big, the foundation one's gonna be your highest also,
Oh, yeah.
if you do a termite inspection. But just being how much is there, you're looking at, more than 1,000. I mean, the normal house inspection's around $399 to $499, so you have to kind of think of what all else is included in the Telford, And I think, yes, definitely you want an appraisal because, just because the owner thinks it's worth so much doesn't mean the market does, and it doesn't mean the bank would say yes, because what the bank's looking at is, if I have to sell it right now, how much could I get for it? So, having operated 10 years, you can't take the books and say, well, if somebody come in and bought it and turn it into a restaurant, they can make this, this, and this out of it. They don't know because it hasn't been open and running for 10 years. So, I don't know that market value is going to be up there around $700,000, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I really don't either. Not with how the market's doing. I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think it's going to be that.
I don't know who all y'all know in the community, but I would suggest taking what you've got, talk around with some people that you know, and come back in for you're gonna have to have more than 1 or 2 of these meetings. You know what I'm saying? But maybe you find out what the appraisal will be, and then try to, if that's determined to be the first thing that needs to be done, and you might talk to a real estate or bank or somebody that, what steps do you go through, 1, 2, 3, 4, in order to start this process down the road? I think you said you had somebody working real estate that, didn't you, Nikki, that,
Christina,
yeah.
does real estate, and then.
yeah, if somebody could give us a list, you got to start with this, before you even talk about money. And then if we find out what, so it's gonna take $10,000 for inspections and so forth. Then come back.
The main 2 things you need to find out is definitely how much it would cost to repair it to get it up to, allow people in there legally or safely. And then also, what is the market value? Because we can think all day, well, my market value is $1 million. That does not mean that's the market value. That might be what you want to sell it for. But what is the market value? Them are the 2 things that and if he's not willing to go down to what the market value is, then you really probably don't even want to move forward because if he's already got his mind made up, this is how much I'm going to sell for. I don't care if it comes back at $500,000. I don't care if it comes back at $450,000. I'm not going below $750,000. Then you have to kind of think, okay, do we want to, because because you're already upside down then, you know?
Right.
So you kind of have to weigh that in, and that's something to consider. Like, do we want to pay for this appraisal and inspection if he's not even willing to work with you on what the appraisal says?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that
She
one.
is correct.
I think you need just a little time to think this over and do some discussion.
And if y'all, if you want me to reach out to him and speak to him, or if y'all want to speak to him and maybe on the phone with you or whatever, I can kind of ask him them kind of questions. I mean, a seller usually knows for sure, or they already have their mind made up. Yes, I'll listen to the appraisal, I'll consider that, or no, I don't care. I don't care what they say, I'm not going below that, you know. I just had an appraisal come back at 60,000 below, and she had to make a decision. Either she went down and saved the deal, or she walked, and that's something he needs to tell us up front before you even pay for the appraisal.
Okay. So that could be a conversation we can have with him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Find out if he's flexible or not.
And there's
He's
probably a
owned the
way
building
that,
for a long time, but I can remember what he paid for it. And I can,
It should be on there what he paid for it.
yeah.
I think it was 400, wasn't it? I can't remember, I think it was
Yeah, I thought it was in the high threes, it could have been 400. But I know that
around it.
they have tried to sell it before in the past to no success, but I mean, realistically, there's not many people that's gonna be wanting to buy something that expensive in this town.
Just sitting there, appreciated.
Christina, is that a conversation you can have in a, subtle manner without?
Yeah, I can kind of, I can just talk to him and feel him out and kind of, I don't come off bossy or anything like that, just kind of asking, like, okay, so if we move forward appraisal, what's your feelings on if it comes in? Because I know right now I'm having things that are under contract that are coming in a lot less, and, what's your feeling on that? Just kind of feel him out and see.
That's the next move, yeah.
Okay.
I think, cause we're nowhere near ready to make a decision on that.
No, sir.
On anything.
Right, and that's your first thing you need to know, is he gonna work with that,
Right.
And you got 2 or 3 openings on your committee, we need to try to fill them.
So are you required to have that many?
Appreciation sitting there.
Well, you
Is that
gonna
what-
have a good, you need a minimum of 5, there's no doubt about that. 7 will be great, 9 will be
So we
good.
got 1, 2, 3,
It is a shame.
5, 6, 7.
Well, you have 10, but you
Well,
really.
We have
rely
9 and
on-
an alternate.
Every other time I say yes, next time I say no, next time yes, no, actually.
Okay, so we're gonna start with, talking to him about whether he's gonna be willing to work with whatever the appraisal value is.
And what I'll tell him is, we're not asking him to commit to definitely have go down, but we just kind of need to know if we spend this money, if we get this money together and spend it, if we're, what is your thoughts on if you're 200,000 off, or if you're 150,000 off, are you automatically out? Because we kind of just need to know that up front, really.
Right. I know one thing, it's not appreciating, it's just sitting there. That's what
Right, exactly.
buildings can't take care of themselves.
No. But he's working.
He's not there.
Well,
He has been
yeah,
working.
I'd say you'll schedule another meeting a couple weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, something
Yes.
Whatever,
First
2
of
weeks out.
February.
I don't work, so I'm available.
What do y'all say about 2 weeks?
Well, did they all decide on one night? I heard
2 weeks, you
Tuesday,
should
Thursday.
know.
Tuesday and Thursday, right?
And Nicole, if you'll send me his number and his name, I'll get with him.
Okay, I'll take it to you,
Okay.
Today's the 7th.
21st.
What day is it? It's on Wednesday.
I got so much spam already. Spam.
It don't take long, I think it just knows how to get into
What
the
day
building.
is that? Is that a?
Wednesday.
Christina, would, January the 21st work for you?
21st, isn't that the,
Let me, hold on, there's something,
You know,
let me look. I think that's fine. There's something going on that week. Oh, I'll be in Tallahassee for
you've
Wool
been
County.
Tallahassee
I
for
go to
the,
the county
county meeting,
every
yeah.
year. I knew there was something going on.
Yeah.
It's at the Capitol. I go every year or something.
Legislative delegate.
You know, I can call in again. I can
We
go to the
supposed to be
hotel room
going
and
up
call
there.
And
in.
then we'll be there the next
I
week.
say, we'll be going up with you.
So I would say, well, Wednesday night, is that, I mean, are we gonna feel have church night on Wednesday night?
That is the 21st.
Tuesday and Thursday, I heard we're out.
Thursday, I can't, and that does prevent y'all from,
And so it leaves Monday.
that's church for me.
It leaves Monday or Wednesday pretty much, because nobody's scheduling things on Friday night, particularly,
So,
especially.
for the next
So
meeting,
spring coming up and everything
I would
else.
like maybe seeing if that Rachel Garland from PCS, if she would come, so we can ask her questions.
Good.
Yeah.
And, we can try to get Rhett or somebody from the, economic development. So we
Okay.
need to,
Right, we'll do it.
maybe even somebody from county commission.
Well, probably Greg Godwin to start with, was probably the person.
I might could get Randy to come, I mean, he's got years of knowledge for this.
Oh, your uncle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think, you know, he's a preacher, so I think he has church on Friday.
Not all, some have Tuesday and Thursday.
So what night are you talking about?
We're trying to come up with.
Sounds like Monday's on there.
Monday, 2nd of February or 1st of
Sound
February?
like a Monday deal.
Yeah, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday are out.
Yeah.
He said, somebody going to drink beer on Friday.
What y'all say was happening on the 22nd?
It's that Thursday.
Yeah, that's a Thursday, that's not available. So we'll have to do Monday or Friday.
Class say Monday.
Monday,
So the 19th?
So
19th, Martin Luther King Day.
Oh, wait, we'll be doing.
a community activity.
Yeah, I see.
Community activity on the
I got my
17th.
calendar here looking at
And the
it.
So
18th.
what about?
Looks like we're going to go to the first week of February.
Christina, you go to Tallahassee when the 21st?
Yeah, my cousin.
I know.
Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday, I'll be in Tallahassee.
Mr. Garner, when do we go?
We go to 26th, for Monday.
Just on one day?
Huh? No, 26th, 27th, 28th.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, okay, a trio.
Well,
I'm just Monday the 2nd of February. That gives everybody time to get
The 2nd of February?
I'd say the 2nd of February.
Okay, February the 2nd at 6:30, correct?
6:30, what time, what
why
time?
I gotta put it?
6 or 6:30.
Oh, that's
6
good.
or 6:30,
6 o'clock is fine.
February the
Make
2nd, 6.
Yeah, video connect.
Yeah, 6.
6 p.m. till.
Monday, February the 2nd,
till-
here at this venue.
6 p.m. till.
Is that the second?
Yes,
Okay, I got an appointment, but they said 3 o'clock, so I should be back there.
okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, by that time we should be.
Everybody did sign in the sheet here, I think.
Yes.
Is that it?
Is that it, Aaron? Robert?
I guess I'll come to the podium since I'm on the committee.
So, hey, listen, I'm gonna unofficially reach out to some people I used to work for. I'm not gonna have any paperwork. And just ask them would they be interested in doing a donation on our start on a program to get the Telford Hotel back up and running. But we need funds to get professionals there to do an assessment, and I'll take it like that.
Okay. Thank you, Brother William.
Just I have two quick things. The first one is, as far as a tour goes, we're not gonna be able to do that as a council because of sunshine laws. Two of us can't go in and record at the same time. if two of us get together, it constitutes a meeting, and it has to be public, and we obviously can't do this for this. So
But
we're all,
if it's more than just us,
no,
would that,
Anytime
it has
it's
to be open to the
two,
public.
anytime two or more are together. If you
but
have
I'm
two-
saying if it's like
Because
the public.
it takes three people on the council to make a committee. If any two of that three gets together, you're, so,
But I'm saying, would that not be like,
Exactly.
if it's a public thing with the public available?
if it's advertised and everybody can go in there.
That's what I'm saying.
It has to be advertised with two or more.
It has, yeah. There was
Right.
And that's where the conflict came in, and you are correct.
yeah, so I mean, we have to, I would definitely bring it by Leslie to see, but
Yeah.
it would be a sunshine violation. We'd have to just all go individually on our own. You could set it up, someone goes at 1, someone goes at 2 or whatever, and just have individual tours, we can do it that way. And the second one that I had to say is, you know, I was listening to all the talk about the appraisals and stuff, and I think a good first step would be for you all to create like a total cost of ownership process document that says, here's everything we need to appraise. These are the type, you know, we need an appraisal, we need somebody to come in, you know, an architect, we need somebody a building inspector to come in. You're likely gonna need a plumbing inspector, electrical, just enumerate it on a list and then come up with a strategy for sourcing the different kinds and how you're going to source funding for the different kinds, and just write out like a plan. And then that way you can create a method for actually capturing the total cost that will go into it, because it's nice to say, we're gonna have an appraiser come in, and the appraiser goes, yeah, this is worth 400, and then he jumps on it, and then it turns out it's $10 million of plumbing work or something ridiculous. In which case, there's no price we can buy it at, but it would make sense. So we kind of got to capture the total cost instead of just, you know, piecemeal doing it individually.
Right.
That'll probably be the biggest headache, is unforeseen expenses more than
Exactly.
bickering over small amounts on an appraisal.
Okay.
That would be my suggestion.
So here's another question I have, and we can end it. So if we do all of this work, and it sounds like a lot of work, at the end of it, if it's a success, then at that point, is it the town council that gets to decide?
It would be the committee.
It would be the committee, okay.
The council just approved
It will
it.
depend, it will depend on how that final organization is set up.
Everything that this committee does and all the decisions that we make, the final decision would be,
With council.
That's the big question.
See, that's my thing.
At this point, now, maybe something.
now, once it's operational and we do all of this stuff, the council won't, we will have to report back to them, but the council can't interfere in, like, the total operation.
But they have stewards.
They will be in charge and the stewards of the building.
Can you stop the debate?
If they're the steward, they need to.
You're just talking about this discussion, these decisions, you're not talking about
The
once it's
buildings
acquired.
Once it's acquired and all that, it will be on the committee.
town, is the committee still intact?
Yeah,
So.
the committee's gonna be the committee and they're going,
Yeah, but the city's gonna be running, so what is the committee's job after
no, the committee would be, if I'm not mistaken how Leslie said, the committee would be running it, the city would be the stewards and the owner of the
Would you mind
building.
asking me a question?
But they want,
I was saying.
So for however long, what you're saying is for however long
She wouldn't let any harm come to the child.
the town of White Springs owns that building, there will be a committee that kind of governs it.
correct, that will report to the council,
Okay.
you know.
But if you get the building, you get the funding and all, and a business wants to come in and the committee agrees on that business, does the town have to approve?
Yes.
So are we just the middleman between the building and the town, or
That would be something
Or
that we
is
would
the
have,
town the middleman between the building and us?
I don't know who's in charge.
You see what I'm saying?
It is.
And like I say, there's still so many unanswered.
I don't know, when we've spoken before about it, there are so many different ways that it can be done. It's just that the city itself, once it's acquired, renovated, and whatever, won't have anything to do with the operations of the building.
So
that would
why would they
fall
even
to
be
the-
the, why would they be the steward if they have nothing to do with it?
Well, they're gonna, because the stewardship of the building
Why
is
can't
just.
why can't the Friends of Telford be the steward? I'm just asking a
The
question.
feeling is, as long as the city has got some hook on it, it remains a kind of a public building, historical, you could, but if it gets out in the private part out there, city loses you any type of control of it, and we're trying to remain that, this is part of the overall city of White Springs.
I know. I mean, but listen, I'm saying, no,
But that's where the
but the Friends of Telford could be a non-profit, whatever, and do the same thing that the city do, just to doing all the work, then I'm just saying,
So maybe you could have Liz come to the next meeting as well.
So she can
What is required,
How
require
she
a charter
would-
should update, like an addendum with the charter, eventually, like, to
Because
outline
everybody's gonna
who's
have
gonna
to
do
be on the
what.
same page.
And what are the
Right.
city's responsibilities if the city's gonna own it,
exactly.
because if they're
And,
owning it,
and
they
if
don't have
insurance is required, who's
funding
getting the
for
city gonna get the
repair work
insurance?
or whatnot,
No,
and
So how does the city, stand on this at this point? What are their thoughts? Have you heard?
Have I heard?
Yes.
No,
you
I
talk?
don't know.
well, I think it needs to come up
But in
to,
our meeting,
No, I think-
that we had, the ones that was here, they're all for it. Our brain wasn't here at that moment. And I call him that because I mostly deal with like community and my feelings and my thoughts because, this is home for me. When it comes to financial stuff, we have to rely on Mr. Robert because he's the one that makes the sense with, like, he's the one that breaks us in and be like, look, just like he just told us, like, we need to start with this, that, and the other. That's what we rely on Robert for all the time because Robert is the one, he deals with money and finances, so,
But you're not agreeing.
the other council members were all, in agreement with it, which is why we were able to move forward.
As long as no city money is spent.
so this will bring up Eddie.
the city's
So
gonna
this
have
will bring up
money,
Eddie,
the city's gonna have to
council meeting.
Yeah.
So this was brought up before council meeting, before we had a meeting?
Yeah, because like with everything that the city's name has to go on, we had to get approval first. And the first thing they said is that we had to establish an independent
When was that?
committee. Huh?
When is that?
That was
Last couple of meetings.
You have to ask
Yeah.
for liabilities.
I want to say it was the December meeting. Yeah, they said we had to form an independent committee to do all of this stuff.
Oh, so our meeting was before.
Right.
Confirm. The next meeting is at February 2nd at 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Yes.
I think we will,
And y'all can give me all y'all email addresses.
so all the people that's on the committee that were supposed to be on the committee, are we actually on the committee?
Yeah,
That we
this
get-
is the official
Have we
committee.
been elected to be on the committee or we on?
No. This is the official committee that I have to turn into the town on Tuesday at our next meeting. These are the names that will be on that list.
But we can possibly add more people to the committee because we need more.
Yeah,
Yeah, we need, at least a couple more.
yeah, it's not like we're gonna turn somebody down that wanna help. So are we going to go with the name, the Friends of Telford, or?
What?
He said he has to help with algebra homework.
Okay,
Like seven.
we finna go keep,
No problem.
cause I gotta go cook.
Time and distance.
Nah.
Order.
You're gonna cook. Where you cooking breakfast?
Yeah.
Well, that's what meal you can
Have
have
all
all day.
the breakfast is good
Have it all
anytime.
day.
So,
Hey, Cole, may I ask, did anybody agree to be co-chair? You agree, you agree to be chair?
There's no co-chair. There's no
Yeah,
co-chair,
yeah.
financial secretary.
See, so I got co-chair and then secretary,
If no one is willing.
we still
Is it
need, well,
B?
Fred is financial.
BB? Okay. And then assistant secretary, Gretchen, financial secretary and secretary, assistant financial.
We need an assistant for
Nobody
that,
yet.
for Freddie.
Freddie?
Oh.
Well, Freddie is a financial,
Financial assistant.
so you are Clarence?
No.
I'm
I can't show up with pictures.
I'll co-chair.
You don't have
No one
full
else
organ,
wants it.
you don't have full committee organized
I'll do
yet.
it.
You haven't had
If
that,
no
so
one else.
we're not gonna be with a whole bunch of council meetings either, we got another meeting
So you're
and
gonna
yell some more
co-chair?
people.
Yeah, did not financial, no say, no, none of that, no. I've done that for years, no ma'am.
Rhonda said co-chair.
Huh?
I said,
Rhonda
I
said
will,
co-chair.
if no what,
There's no one else.
say the whole thing.
Christine can't do it. She's otherwise.
Okay,
You still got Ashley too, so.
if no one else is willing, I
Well,
will.
there's still other positions.
I'll be starting that on.
Okay, keep starting that off. I like it.
So you know who I think would be a huge asset to this?
Sure.
If he would be interested, would be Johnny Bullard. He's
Yeah,
got knowledge of all that stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, he knows about it.
Yeah, he is a historical.
Yes, he is.
Genius for white.
Yes.
If he would be interested, I mean,
Cooties.
I could be the public relations mouthpiece if y'all want.
Amen.
And I'll say that. I can make this thing work by now. But I just need to know who am I, what behalf am I speaking on? Is it the Telford or the town rights?
For yourself, or what you say?
No,
No,
I just need to know if
I said, ooh, you need to know.
I don't wanna do anything illegal, you know, unknown, so I
No, I
need to know
don't.
who am I acting, who am I acting, what behalf am I speaking on when I speak to people.
All right.
No, no,
Oh, we're adjourned?
I put the coffee.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.